Unit number 5 is actually leading us to understand the software inside the judger box, inside the computer. We are going to see two groups, software and plural. What we say operating system, or systems in plural, as abstract nomination, and the utility programs, or what we can nominate them as servicing tools inside the computer. So we're going to classify the soft part in the computer into two groups. The managerial components, or the managerial parts, which are the system software, and the servicing tools, which are the utility programs. We see all the details. As per the objectives, we are going to go after understanding what is the system software, in addition to what are the application software. So two very famous terminologies that you have to remember: system software and application software. So you have to clearly understand that they are completely different, and each has a role. So you just go for this or the other based on the need you need, or based on the functionality you are willing to accomplish. Great. The functionality is that what the system software or the operating system, they mean the same thing. System software, operating system, they are the same thing, because actually we are dealing with a system that do the operations that the full computer is intended to do. So an operating system is classified to be a system software. This is the category, and this is the technical nomination of the tool. An operating system is a system software. We'll discuss, actually, we'll understand at the end of this unit what are the functionalities that this operating system can do, and what we can refer to in order to make this system run full. We see list of variety of operating systems. There is no one operating system, and why we choose this or the other. And we see actually also the very famous operating systems acting today. Based on the hardware, also we will be understanding that we need this or the other, which operating system we need to rule the hardware we have, because a computer needs a specific operating system, or needs a specific system software to run on. The utility programs, or the application programs, they are actually behind of giving us the hand to accomplish a task, or to finalize a function, or finalize a project, or to do a task inside the computer. So we'll understand what are they, and we'll be able to classify them based on the functionalities. We see actually a future perspective of the capabilities that the operating systems would reach. Okay, generally this is actually the overview of this unit. It's exactly what I was saying, and understanding the differences in between both system software and application software, the functionalities behind the operating systems or the system software, tools that we may refer to, what are they, and what does it mean system software, sorry, what does it mean application software, or utility programs, they mean the same thing, since they are actually giving us a hint to use for accomplishing a task, a project, a function, an activity inside the environment. So thus they are called utility programs or software applications. Good. This actually was a small introduction about this unit, what would be actually covering. The first definition we get actually it is defined in the two: system software and the application software. When we say system software, remember that we are talking about operating systems. And the operating systems, they are the software in general. The software, it's a plural word. Plural word. Software. Operating systems, they are actually software, actually giving us the hint to the capability, the chance to control the hardware. They allow us to use the basic functionalities of the hardware. The hardware, we talk about the computer. And from the main functionalities, the general activities that we have to do upon or using the computer is to boot it, means to start the computer. So to start the computer, to use any application, to use the internet or whatever you want to do, you have to start the computer. It is a task of booting. An operating system will take care of booting the device. Then, to use the internet, so you have to use the browser. You have to check if the internet is connected or not, and so on. So, to do such tasks, to start the tool you need to start the functionality you need, the operating system is in action here. In addition to actually sharing resources as hardware and actually controlling completely the hardware linked to your device, a printer, a scanner, you want to install a camera, whatever, the operating system will be able to control. I use the word control all the activities on your hardware. Hardware also is a plural word, and I mean by that the hardware connected to your device. Even a flash disk, it's a hardware also, and it can be controlled using the operating system. Controlling means enabling, disabling, connecting, disconnecting, in this sense. The second definition is related to the application software. Actually, the application software, as per the word, means we are willing to accomplish a task. We are willing to realize an application or to finalize an application, within the computer. So this application software would be a tool for us as users to do a task on a computer. Without the application software, we will not be able to accomplish any application or any task or any activity inside the computer. You want to type text, you have to use the Microsoft Word or something similar. You want to use the internet or access the internet or search something on the internet, you have to use the browser. And the browser actually, there are copies. The browser is the tool to let you get into the internet, to get into the external environment. So without the browser, you will not be able to use the internet as usual. Thus, those are application software because they are helping us to accomplish an application, to do an application or finalize a task on the computer. The examples are so many. Just remember that if you are willing to accomplish a task, so the application software is your solution. Is your solution. The availability of the operating system, it comes in between the hardware and the application software. What does it mean? Means the operating system will boot your device, will launch your applications, and stop there. Means when you use the Word, for example, Microsoft Word or Microsoft Excel, or you are just using a browser and surf the internet, you are dealing with an application software. The operating system is not in the front interface. You are not acting with the operating system, but you are using an application on top of the operating system. Thus, the operating system is a group of let's say, programs helping us accomplishing the tasks inside the computer. Because without the operating system, you will not be able to run the utility programs or this applications or software. You want to make a print, for example. You are willing to print a document from your Microsoft Word, for example, you are going to print it. Yeah, okay. Who is going to send the command from your Microsoft Word file into the printer? The printer is hardware connected externally to your device. And the Microsoft Word is something installed. It's a software application installed in your computer. It helps you to type text in the operating system. That would take the command of print. The command of print would be taken from your Microsoft file into the printer, which is the hardware, by the operating system. So all those such activities, intermediary activities, they are going to be controlled by the operating system. So it's the operating system that would take the role of the intermediary in between the software application, you as a user using your software applications, and the hardware. Exactly what we were explaining. The operating system will lead you actually to do all your configurations and all your tasks you want to do on the operating system using a graphical user interface. Graphical user interface, GUI, graphical user interface. What does it mean? It means you are going to use buttons, pictures, text, visually. It's a graphical content. You are going to deal with the graphical content to accomplish your commands. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to configure inside the operating system would be actually done through a graphical user interface. You want to boot the computer. Actually, you press a button. You want to restart the computer. It's a command to pass through a button inside the computer. So mainly you are going to deal with something actually visual that you can understand. It's actually too technical, the operating system. But it is given an easy to understand and to manage interfaces which are in graphical mode. The task of booting a computer, it is an activity of loading the operating system parts into the RAM. We define the RAM, the memory RAM, second unit. Actually, the memory meant here is the RAM, because everything running, it's on the volatile memory, which is the RAM, RAM. Memory, it's a memory, volatile memory. So booting the operating system, booting the computer, is taking the essential components that the operating system needs to help you launch your tasks and your, let's say, your activities and utility programs to the main memory. Not main memory, but the volatile memory, the live memory. Also, this context of booting, it is to read the control set and the settings, the configuration set on the computer, what to allow and not to allow at the beginning, what to launch at the boot step. Those are a bunch of instructions. Group of instructions means that the operating system will start, will pass through and set at the booting. means here at the startup. Button means startup. Also, the button step, the printer, if it is connected to your device, will be detected. The camera, if it is connected to your device, will be also detected. A mobile, if it is connected to your device, to your computer, would be also detected. A flash disk, whatever you have as a hardware connected to your computer would be detected at the button step. Everything connected as an external hardware that you use, the operating system will detect at the boot up. Also, one of the very famous tasks that the operating system do and help you to do is the configuration of the whatever you need as a hardware or software. Software you're going to install, hardware you're going to plug in, connect. So the configuration of those needs, the software and the hardware that you need to use, the operating system will help you to configure them, to make them run. Means application software you are going to install. Hardware you are going to connect and configure to use within easy interfaces, something like that. So it's the configuration, and this configuration will be done by the operating system. The operating system will use graphical interfaces to help you. Will provide you graphical interfaces to help you just make them run as easy as they can be. Great. Any questions so far, please?
No, Mr.
That's great. The operating system is responsible for showing us actually connection hints. Means actually, if I ask you now, whatever the device you are using to follow up this session, this class, is it connected to the internet? Actually, the answer is trivial. Since you are able to follow this class remotely, so the internet is active. Yet there is a hint in your device, visual hint in your device, to tell you that yes, the internet is connected. No, I don't know. It's not connected. That icon is the operating system role to show to you or to hide it to you or just whatever he's going to modify it. So whatever modification that or changes that happens on that it's not the icon itself, but the state, the event, which is the network connectivity. The operating system will give you the hint. So the management of the network connection is the role of the operating system. It will actually give you the chance to understand if your device is connected or not. In case of not, it will give you the help to accomplish the connectivity and to do a connection and to establish a connection to your home or to your office or whatever. And this connection would be either actually connected base, yes, or wireless, in the sense of you are going to use a wireless network or a wire-based network. Also, the operating system will give us the chance to manage the resources. Means even, for example, for this point only, managing the resources. If I give you the example, we install a printer and we don't want you to use it. unless we give you a password. How to configure that? So the operating system will help us to do so. This is actually a management of resources. So we have to control the resources for a reason or another. Because the printer, we can share it. Here in the college, for example, I have many offices, and we are sharing one printer. How it comes? Because the operating system understands that he can share a remote resource. So it's the role of the operating system to help you share resource or configure resource or manage resource or monitor resource. In addition to the jobs that you may plan to do, the tasks you might plan to do, the operating system will help you, might help you to accomplish that. Example, I want to actually print 100 papers, 100 pages, and share the printer. Who is using the printer? Everybody. Am I going to be find the printer empty and it will not make me wait? No. There will be chances that there are others using the printer at the same time. So my job, my task of printing will not be lost, and the operating system will preserve that job until my time comes or my turn comes, and he will do that. In addition to that, I can manually schedule jobs for a future task, for a future activity, for a future time. So I may ask to print after 1 hour. Yes, the operating system will help me to schedule that. So managing resources or managing jobs in this context, it is the role of the operating system. From the soft side, the management of, as we talked about the management of resources like the printer, for example, also files might be shared, might be managed from different perspectives by the operating system. If I give you a file, actually, if I give you this slide that I'm presenting now, you are going to save it somewhere, either in your flash disk, in a disk, compact disk, in your desktop, in your computer, somewhere, whatever. Who is going to help you to save the file is the operating system only. So managing files from different perspectives and for different tasks is the role of the operating system. The management here is in the sense of saving, altering, maybe deleting also, sharing, all the activities that you may do on a file. Remember, I'm using the word file here. File. I'm not talking about PowerPoint or Word. Any file. The management of a file is the role of the role of the operating system. Yeah, and mainly it's a common point. It's a common feature between all the operating systems. The files, they are usually viewed in a hierarchical format. Means we are going to see a file on top of the other. Means we are going to store files in different levels, hierarchically viewed. It is a hierarchical format. As where we talk on the Windows operating systems, C drive. Inside the C drive we have Windows folder, and inside the Windows folder we have System32 folder, and so on. Folder inside the other. It's hierarchical format. It's for organizational perspectives only. And the other context is the security view that the operating system is capable of adopting and helping us to adopt. I give you the example. We secure our computer using a username and password. So the password-based security system to secure the operating system is the role of the operating system. It can help us do that. More than that, your mobile devices, the new smart devices, they are giving us the chance to lock the device and can be opened using the camera. You just show your face and face your mobile and it will be open. These are biometric. And who is doing that actually? Is the operating system in the mobile, in the smart device, smart mobile. The feature here is a biometric. It's a biometric. Face recognition. Also, there are integrated security appliances. This is a software application, but integrated with the operating system because it deals with the processor to see what is happening there, to filter what to allow, what to deny. Firewalls, password-based scenario, to protect, to allow people, to deny people, and so on. Is the role of the operating system. Also protecting the system using another mechanism, which is the biometric, like the camera for face recognition or voice recognition. It is the role of the operating system also. Firewall software applications for dedicated security to filter what the processor will do or what the processor would not do. It's also the role of the operating system. It's a rich experience with the operating systems. So if you have any questions you raise, please. Here actually we were talking about, as per the example we were taking here is Windows 10. See the drive here. We are talking about C drive. C drive is the C directory in your computer. Inside the C drive, we have folder number 1, My Documents. Inside the My Documents, I have a personal folder, number 1, Letters. I have folder number 2, School Papers. Inside of the folder number, I have files. This is a file. This is a file. This is a file. This is a folder. This is a folder. This is a folder. This is a drive. Drive is a directory. Same nomination. And the full view is a hierarchy. Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. And if there are other levels, we will go on deep more. There is no limit. The capabilities of the operating systems is to enhance the life and to make our life much more easy, and to enhance actually the activities when we compare the computers of today with the computers 10 years later. Computers from 2010, when we compare them with computers of 2020. 2020 computers, they are much more fast and they're capable of doing very sophisticated tasks very fluently and very easy and in a very perfect state. So we would like to use the new computers than using the old computers. Because of what? Some features that they are actually enhanced by the operating systems of today. The multitasking is one of them. Multitasking means actually the ability to do many tasks at the same time. Means you may open the Word and the Excel and the Internet and database and you print and so many tasks at the same time. At the same time. Is the capability of the new computers. Actually, the new operating systems, multitasking. Technically here, how it happens, this multitasking is that its processor rotates between tasks. Actually, you start the first window. If you wanted to move to another one, yes, it will help you. It will switch to the other one very quickly. It will not tell you switch off the computer and turn on again. No, no, no. It will immediately switch and open you the second window. This is the multitasking. Great. And the execution of those programs, actually, even you are switching between tasks, the execution is happening at the same time. At the same time. Not only multitasking, but multi-threading is another context. Multiprocessing or parallel programming, it's another context also. Regarding the multi-threading, actually, it's the context of executing, launching, running threads in plural at the same time. What is a thread? A thread actually is a group of instructions that they are actually part of a program. A task inside the computer. It's not a program, but a program needs a thread to finish his job. A program, an application program, an application software might need a thread to accomplish certain task. So he calls those threads in plural, or a specific threading needed in question. So a thread is a group of instructions to do a task independent of everything. Means a thread is a program, a thread is an application software. No. Answer is no. Because it's a group of instructions only that the processor executes. So the processor would execute many threads at the same time. Yes, he can do that. This is the multi-threaded. Multiprocessing, actually we are talking about many cores that they are running at the same time. We define in unit number 2 the multi-core processor. Multi-core processors means we are using 2 or 4 or as many as the processor is holding of layers. We given the example of the graphical processors. We said that they can have up to 3,000 cores. So multiprocessing or parallel processing or parallel programming, parallel processing here in this context because we are talking about operating systems. Parallel processing or multiprocessing is the context of having many cores and they are run at the same time. You see this graph here? We are seeing one single layer processor. Tasks are done sequentially. The first, the second, the third, the fourth. What are those tasks? They are activities. They are activities of a user, actually, what the user is doing. Tasks are done, tasks, not applications, tasks. They are done one after the other. When we talk about multiple tasks to do or multiple processing, we have more than one processor as cores. Core number 1, core number 2. Core number 1, core number 2. And each core is doing tasks at the same time. At the same time. Actually, this one and this one, they are actually having different architectures. But both of them, they are having 2 cores. Parallel processing, multiple processing. You are not here required to understand how those boxes are drawn to us. No, 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 no. We just have to recognize that there are two cores, and based on the architecture, there are threads to be executed at the same time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and so on. Those are threads. See here, actually, per one thread, we have another half thread executed on the CPU too. We cannot actually say that this is actually more powerful and this is less powerful. No, no, yet. This is a core that is doing his tasks, and this is another core that he is doing his tasks at the same time. Any questions, please?
No, Mister.
That's great. I'll take the attendance. If you hear your name, please say yes.